What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV. We just cannot stop interacting with you guys. We love your comments. Let's get into some more.
Broadbean H69 says, seriously, I swear we are suffering the most painful demise. Literally any and everything can go against us has. Then goals in other games that would help us get ruled out. Another false dawn. What next? Biblical plague of locusts? A giant meteorite, perhaps? How about Satan popping up with an extra time winner for the Arsenal in the Champions League final? Why not, eh? Am I being too dramatic?
It does feel like that, though. It literally feels like anything and everything that can go against this club is going.
I think it's off the back of that Palace goal getting ruled out yesterday against West Ham, which look, it was.
But it's like all season from bloody
refereeing decisions
to injuries to this to that. It's just like literally if I said to you all of this would go against us all season and we'd be where we are, you'd be like, what are you talking about?
Surely not that much can. But it's like deflected goals going in all the time, red cards, maybe, that we get and other teams don't get. Like every single thing this season, as you said, that could go wrong, has gone wrong. And it's led to us being in this. I mean, that's not solely what's led to us being in this situation, but here we are. And I just dread to think what's in store for is there one big finale of shit coming?
No, surely it ends on a good note. It's not even a good note. Like, it's just staying up. You know what I mean? It's not even like something to write home about. It's not even something to celebrate. It's just breathe a sigh of relief, in my opinion.
And I just get the feeling that they're also teasing us with Arsenal bottling it and they're going to end up winning something.
Yeah, I feel like that as well.
Like, even that little bit of relief we're getting might be snatched away from us.
It's like we just can't trust anything. We just cannot trust anything as Spurs fans.
Yeah, I hear you. I feel your pain, Broadbean. CBGG1585 says, what a bunch of happy clappers. Even if we do survive, who gives a shit if it means we enter next season with the exact same ownership? Survival would simply mean an escape from further embarrassment, nothing to be proud of. Imagine the club of our stature celebrating not getting relegated. No wonder why we remain the laughing stock of world football. We're just a bunch of happy clappers. I don't know, what have we said? Are we celebrating? I don't know what he's on about. Maybe that we're focusing on other teams so that we stay up. Maybe he's like, I don't know. I don't know what he's trying to get at. I don't know what we haven't been celebrating this situation or thinking it's a great achievement to stay up. We just want to stay up, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know what he's on about.
I think the whole thing about even if we do survive, who gives a shit? We end the next season with the exact same ownership. I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying, but the reality is relegation is right here, right now, staring us down at the face. So I think the conversations on the ownership and basically the problems for next season and tomorrow's problems, we can focus on that tomorrow. But right now, we just need to stay up and then we focus on everything else, because I can't be watching Championship football next season. I can't be getting, how can Tottenham get relegated? I just can't fathom it. And I'm not believing it.
I think from our point of view, it's like, we understand there's hundreds, thousands maybe of problems at Tottenham, but you got to take it one problem at a time, don't you? The first problem we got is we're on the cusp of relegation. Let's sort that out, and then tomorrow's problems are tomorrow's problems.
Exactly. And yeah, I completely agree. And there could very well be another embarrassment just around the corner next season. Let's survive this season, and then
we'll get there.
Then we'll
let's get to next season
exactly,
first.
And let's focus on that problem head on, and we'll overcome that hopefully when it arises. But look, I agree. Like I said before, surviving in this season is nothing to be proud of, nothing to be celebrated. It's just what we need and what we must focus on right now. And come the end of the season, yes, I'll be celebrating each and every goal that goes in, and I'll be celebrating each and every goal that goes in against our rivals. But if we do stay up, I'm not going to be, jumping and dancing of staying up. I'm going to be breathing a sigh of relief.
That's the main thing. Ferren9984 says, from winning Europa League to watching West Ham games hoping to avoid relegation, all while running through 3 managers in a season, last one appointed with 7 games, and Frank should have been probably thrown out in the winter. I mean, it's definitely been a big change-up, hasn't it, from how we ended. I mean, last season was very different. Like it was like we didn't really care about the league games, and obviously it was a full focus on that Europa League run. And I was sitting here watching West Ham versus Palace on a Monday night, hoping things go away.
Yeah, it's the sad state of affairs that we're in, but you can only focus on the task at hand, and the task at hand right now is that we're battling West Ham for Premier League survival. So you can only focus on what's in front of you, and that is what is directly in front of us right now. As much as however shameful it is, and however embarrassing it is, this is where we're at.
Is this the first time we've had 3 managers in the season? Must be, right? We've never done that before. Oh no, under Conte, Stellini, Mason, we had that.
Oh yeah,
Conte, Stellini. Okay, so second.
That was the first time.
That was the first time we've had. All right. Gibbertron says, "Why stop at Troy Parrott? Let's get the gang back together and sign Winks and Skip as well."
Yeah, bring them all back. Why not? It's not like Skip and Winks are getting relegated from the Championship or anything, but. Yeah, look, Troy Parrott's doing very well over the last couple of seasons. You know, I had my reservations about him at the end of last season. I think we should have been focusing our, sights of someone of higher caliber. But seeing as where we're at right now, I thought Spurs should be pushing on for Champions League qualification in the league this season. But obviously we're in a relegation battle. If we get relegated, I think Troy Parrott would be a great option for us. I really do. If we do stay up, I think probably we should focus our attentions elsewhere. But if we get relegated, I think he would be a great option for us.
But not Winks or Skip?
Not Winks or Skip, no.
Not Winks or Skip.
These guys, man, they're getting relegated from the Championship.
It's true.
I know you've got a soft spot for Harry Winks, but...
He's the highest earner in the Championship.
Yeah, you may as well bring back... Let's bring back Ndombele as well.
Tanganga?
Where is Tanganga? He was at Sheffield...
Oh, no, yeah.
Sheffield United.
Are they going up? No.
Nah.
Who else is around in the Championship we can... Tom Carroll, is he still floating around?
Tom Carroll, where is he these days? I'm still dreaming of that assist.
Exactly. Let's get Tom Carroll. Let's get a proper Championship side going. Stephen Talbot 2875 has done this message in all caps. So he says, so I'm guessing I've got to shout this?
Yep.
Everyone seems to be accepting that is only between Spurs and West Ham. With how the fixtures fall in the next 2 weeks and Forest playing their Europa League semi-final second leg, we could both be level or above Forest by the time they play their second fixture, which is away to Chelsea. Their next league game is also an away fixture, so it don't look good on paper right now, but I do believe that Forest are in the mix too if we both get positive results. Come on, you. Oh, it's actually a West Ham.
That's why he's shouting. I completely agree. I said this last night on the stream. When we were after the game finished. There is Nottingham Forest are not out of the woods yet. They're not out of the woods by any stretch of the imagination. European football is going to hamper them, in my opinion.
If they win on Friday night, though.
That'll be a massive result. They'll be
the same point as Leeds.
Yeah, it'll be a massive result if they win on Friday night. It really would be. But even if they win on Friday night and Spurs win, then there's still going to be an opportunity potentially.
There's still 6 points. I think if they win on Friday night, putting them on the same points as Leeds, I think at that point you've got to say they're almost there. But if they do, whether it be a draw or loss, if they drop points and we win, we cut the gap. If they draw.
How many points are they above us?
It's 5 now.
Yeah, 5.
So if they draw and we win, it cuts down to 3. And then all of a sudden, they're within a game of us.
Mm-hmm.
So I think then at that point, they're getting dragged back into it. But if they win, I think, I don't know.
I just can't see them winning that game. I cannot see them going to Sunderland and winning. Sunderland have really turned it around in recent weeks, They beat us. They beat Newcastle the week before. They had a unbelievable comeback against Aston Villa, ultimately losing it right at the end, but they performed really well. Sunderland are playing well, and they've got their sights on Europe even.
It's a weird one as well, because the league is so tight, there are literally no dead rubbers. There's no one on the beach. Who would you say is on the beach right now? At this point of the season, those are the perfect teams to play, right? Teams who have nothing to play for.
Yeah.
And then you look at the table, There's no one on. Literally, not one team is on the beach.
Maybe Leeds.
Maybe Leeds is the only one, but even them,
Newcastle.
Even them, if I'm Farker, I'm thinking I know they're in a good position, but until they get to 40, you can't really feel too comfortable, can you?
What are they on?
39.
Newcastle.
Maybe Newcastle, but as long as they're within 6 points of Europe, they're going to keep believing, aren't they?
Well, it doesn't look like they're playing with much belief right now.
I know, but they're
definitely playing like they're on the beach right now.
I get you. It's true, but I don't think like they come into games like thinking their season's done yet.
Crystal Palace? Nah, they've got a sight of Europe
Maybe
still.
Palace, but with that draw, maybe not. They got a game in hand though. Well, here's City. Like, there's no team where just sitting there doing nothing. Every team.
I think every team
is within like 2 wins of 6.
Yeah, every team from Newcastle up could believe. I mean, within the camp should be believing that they can get European football.
And every team below them is fearing of relegation. The only teams really are Wolves and Burnley. Those are the only teams really who have probably got nothing to play for.
Yeah.
So it's a weird situation this season because those fixtures where you earmark, okay, they've got nothing to play for, maybe we can get those wins. They're kind of being cut out this season, it seems.
Yeah.
It's a very strange situation there.
The only teams playing like they're on the beach right now are Newcastle and Chelsea.
Funnily enough, maybe do you look at Villa and United as like games that teams are on the beach potentially? Because they're going to be
How many
pretty
more
safe.
points do they need to secure it mathematically? Not many.
So 10 points and there's 15 to play for, so 5 more points.
Yeah, not many at all.
Not many. That's what winning 2 draws or 2 wins, and they're pretty much there. Or if Chelsea lose another 2
Yeah, I think the Champions League race is done, man. Chelsea, nobody is finishing above Liverpool. That's below them.
Yeah, I agree. So maybe like United and Villa are 2 teams you kind of want to play.
Even Liverpool.
Maybe Liverpool as well. They're 7 points between them and Chelsea. Yeah, so it's a weird Premier League season. Andy says, timid performance from West Ham. It's a big boost for us.
Yeah, I felt like it was a boost for us last night. I mean, it would have been better if Palace could have got the job done and got 3 points. But, you really had the fear on Saturday night that it could be 4 points come the end of this game week, and it's not. It's still 2 points. We've got a more favourable fixture than them this weekend. So if you go by the bookies and go by the odds, Spurs have more chances to be outside the relegation zone than in the relegation zone come the end of next weekend. So I think it can only be seen as a positive, really. I think, both teams, Spurs and West Ham, will feel like they missed a big opportunity this weekend because Spurs could have been out of it this weekend if we would have held on for a couple more minutes. And West Ham, if they would have won it, they could have put daylight between Spurs and West Ham.
But also, we were saying before the game, Palace away, albeit it's not an easy game, it's probably West Ham's easiest game they got left, because it's probably against a team with the least to play for right now.
And on the back of Europe as well.
On the back of Europe, they got other distractions. So the fact they didn't win that probably is a net negative in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, but I keep telling everyone, like, I don't think West Ham and Forest are going to win many games from now to the end of the season. I keep saying it. They've got very hard fixtures. And I think the result last night proved it as well.
Problem is they might not need to.
Yeah, they might not need to, but it's up to us, isn't it? We need to do the business.
Upton Parker says that was a good point for us, not points dropped. 2 points out of Spurs, which you need to make up against Wolves in a crucial game for you. Remember, no one is going to lay down for anybody regardless.
Yeah, it's true. And Spurs have a really bad record against Wolves, like a horrific record against Wolves. And Wolves, the players are not going to want to go down without a fight. And I think you've seen that, particularly in their home games in the last month or so. They've beaten Aston Villa, they've beaten Liverpool. So it's no give-me game at all.
But now they are mathematically now relegated, whereas before, even though they were pretty much down, they weren't mathematically.
Yeah, but I mean, we've lost 5-1 to a relegated Newcastle before, so I'm not counting my chickens just yet. You know what I mean? Like, these teams, sometimes when they're down, they just play completely with the shackles off and they surprise a few teams. Mm-hmm. It's happened so many times. So, as it's... Look, I think Wolves at home would have been much bigger for me. Like, if we had Wolves at home, that should have been the game. But Wolves away is going to be difficult. It is.
But still, if you earmarked a game, it's probably Wolves. That's the one. Well, that's probably the one you want right now.
I probably would have preferred Burnley at home. Away to both those teams is tough. You know, like I said, Wolves.
Yeah, but it doesn't get any easier than the other games. These are the games you want, Burnley and Wolves.
Yeah, it's true. But I mean, I maybe even prefer to play Newcastle at home right now with the form that they're on.
No chance.
Like Wolves, they've just beaten Liverpool and Aston Villa at home.
If I offered you Newcastle at home, you'd rather take that game than Wolves.
With the form that they're on, maybe.
No way. No.
Why not?
No chance. I'd much rather play Wolves because Newcastle are a better team.
They are a better team, but they're not playing better.
Wolves just got lost 4-0 and 3-0.
Yeah, away, not at home.
Obviously it matters. But
it matters because the form suggests it matters.
Yeah, but their form is right now. They lost 7-0 in the last 2 games.
Away from home, though.
And they're bottom of the league.
And what was their 2 last home games?
They won.
Against who?
They beat Villa. No, they drew to Villa or beat Villa?
They beat Villa, and they beat Liverpool in their last 2 home Premier League games. So it shows they can pick up points at home against good teams. That's what it's shown.
Could have been a temporary bounce.
Could have, but they're on good form at Molineux. They are.
I would much rather. I think if you gave me a choice of game, I think the game that we got on the weekend is high up on the list. I would say. Of the games
I'd much prefer them to play them at home.
Obviously, but we got them away. I'm just saying we can't complain. We've got a game where I'm
not complaining. I'm just saying that it's not as easy as people are suggesting.
No, it's not as easy as the table makes it look.
Yeah,
I agree with that. But I'd rather play Wolves away than Everton at home. West Ham.
Well, we got both.
We do, but just this weekend.
No, I agree with that.
Wolf from Ironside, another West Ham fan. A lot of the West Ham fans in our comments saying, mathematically, it's worse for Spurs as they are the same points behind with less games to catch up. Palace are a solid mid-table team. West Ham did well to get a point. Spurs need to put other teams' results out of their heads.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree with that to a certain point because when you're battling with 5 games to go, the other team's results matter heavily. But I do think that if Spurs do the business from now until the end of the season, I don't think it will matter the other team because I don't think the other teams will pick up enough points.
Yeah, you got to focus on yourself, and obviously West Ham and Forest will be thinking the same thing. I guess from what he's trying to say is, do you think it's true? If you just look at it now that all the results are said and done, have we increased or decreased our likelihood of staying up after this game week?
What, just based on results or based on everything involved?
Based on everything.
I think we've increased our chances because we've had a major uptick in a performance, which we haven't seen for so long. So I think judging on that, we were so close to winning. It's the closest we've come to winning in 2026. So I think we've increased our chances.
Yeah, I would say. When you take that into account, I think when you take into account before the Brighton game, you didn't see where the next good performance is coming from. So the fact that we played quite well, and we were minutes away from winning, that is signs of improvement, and that gives you hope that the next games we can actually get over that line and get that win, and then it can snowball. So I think if you're looking at it like that, we've increased it, but obviously just objectively on results, it's probably decreased. And the fact that we didn't win, you've also got to say it's just another game that we've gone on not to win, and the games are ticking away. So from that point of view, you could definitely argue we're close. We were getting closer to relegation rather than a game closer to staying up.
Yeah, it's true. It's true what he says about mathematically, because there's a game less and the same amount of points.
And that's how and maths is what gets you relegated.
But the point is that there's still enough games to turn it around.
Santi is it? Says De Zerbi is saying all the right things. He has the right mentality. I am hopeful. Most other managers would have crumbled, head down, looking for excuses. Not De Zerbi. Things are looking up.
I agree. I think in the short space of time, he's managed to get something out of these players that, Frank wasn't getting anything out of these players in the last couple of months. Tudor, he got a bit of a performance at Liverpool, but still, I don't think it was anything like what we saw against Brighton, that sure grit and fight and determination. Yeah, look, there's still a lot of things to improve on, a lot of things to work on, and a lot of room for improvement. But at least we're seeing those improvements, so it's given us a glimmer of hope.
If De Zerbi does keep us up, is he is he already close to legend status?
Well, obviously not.
No,
Definitely not.
Saves today?
Legend for keeping us in the Premier League.
Klinsmann became a legend for keeping us in the Premier League.
Yeah, it's true. It's true, but nah, I think Klinsmann's more of a cult hero than a
We
legend.
looked done when De Zerbi came in. We looked lost cause.
Yeah,
And if he keeps us up,
I still said under Tudor we're going to stay up.
yeah, still, but we were a lost cause. You were just deluded.
Well, you're starting to come onto my side now. You're starting to come slowly but surely.
We have to win a game first before I'm fully there.
But I'm not going to be calling him a legend for keeping us in the Premier League. It's just no, I'm not. I'm going to say thank you very much. You know, you're definitely in my good books, but still a long way to go till you become a legend.
Fair. Ethan Giles says, confidently saying that West Ham and Forest won't win their games, whilst at the same time claiming Spurs, a team yet to win a game in 2026, is mental to me.
Well, just look at their fixtures. Just look at their fixtures and look at the way we performed against Brighton and look how much better it was than against Sunderland. We're showing improvements in performance, and I actually can't say the same about West Ham. I don't think their performance was better the previous game than it was to the game against Crystal Palace.
Forest, you probably can.
Yeah, Forest, I mean, look, Forest had the easiest game of the lot, Burnley at home, and that first half was tragic from them, and they got out of jail with unbelievable hat-trick from Morgan Gibbs-White. So I said before this weekend, I think Forest only win one more game this season. I thought it was going to be the Burnley game. And I don't know how many wins West Ham are going to get, but I don't think it's going to be many, if any.
But I don't understand. But are you certain we're going to win on Saturday?
No.
But everything you're saying is like, you just made arguments as to why you're confident that we will win games.
Yeah.
You're saying,
because I'm seeing improvements.
Right, but you're not certain.
I can't be certain. It's 11 men against 11 men. I can't be certain about any game, particularly if we haven't won since 2026. But I'm hopeful that we're going to win this weekend. Yeah,
that's different. But he says you're confidently saying we're going to win more games than West Ham and Forest. But now you're saying you're not even certain we're going to win on Saturday.
I think we're going to win more games than West Ham and Forest. Yeah, that's what I do think.
Even
but I'm not confident of it. I'm not confident of anything right now. But I think...
You're certain, but you're not confident.
I think we'll win more games than them.
You'll think.
Yeah.
But you're not confident of it.
I can't be confident until we actually go and win.
I'm confused.
What's there to be confused about?
You said you're certain we're going to do it, but you're not confident of it.
We will win more games than them. But even if we win...
That's certain. But even if we will do it, but now you're saying
But even if we win more games than them, it's not a guarantee we stay up.
I understand that. But how can you be confident when we haven't won a game? And how can you be certain that we're going to win more games when we haven't won in 2026?
Have you ever heard of a thing called delusion?
heard of it, yeah.
And like I said, I keep saying we've shown improvements since De Zerbi has come in.
One game we've
One game. We've only got 5 games.
We didn't win.
Yeah, we didn't win, but we were so close, man. So close.
We were. And I understand you can take all the positives. I can take positives, but there seems to be a bit of a contradiction in what you're saying. You're certain we'll win more games, but you're not confident we'll win more games.
I'm certain we'll win more games, but I'm not confident we're going to stay up.
Okay,
how about that?
Okay, fair enough.
Is that better for you?
That makes more sense to me.
I think you got to believe, man. You got to have some belief about you. You got to believe. I believe we're going to stay up. I'm just not confident in my belief.
You don't have full belief in your belief.
Yeah, like I've said the whole time, I cannot envisage us playing championship football next season. I cannot believe that Spurs are going to get relegated. I just cannot do it. I can't. After a loss on the weekend, I'm probably going to say, we're going down. There's no salvaging this. And then 24 hours, the wounds will heal.
Well, there were some improvements.
and then we go again. But we keep fighting till the end, people. We keep fighting till the end. And all this kind of downbeat saying we're down, it's done. It's not done. It's not done till it's done. So we keep fighting till the end, people.
Absolutely. Fighting words. All right, that's it.
All right, well, those are your comments. Let us know. Keep commenting, people, and we'll keep reacting. But thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.